Hey guys, what's going on? Chad back here with you, and I meant to do some flying today to test out the new Taco RC filters, but the Mavic wanted to do a firmware update, and I know this update has been out there for 3 or 4 days now, and I've seen people talking about install problems. I personally have never had a problem installing any updates on the Mavic until now. This is time number 2, and I know I'm filming this on the GoPro here, but I'm at 39%. Now, there's only 2 adjustments here in the update log, which basically says improved gimbal performance and added cinematic mode for smoother the footage. So obviously the copy editors didn't get a hold of this update very well to change that. The first time I tried the update, everything looked like it was going fine, and it got hung up at 73% for about 15 minutes. And normally I would just let things ride, but I've never had an update really take longer than 10 or 15 minutes, and since it was stuck, and it's still taking a really long time, so I guess you just have to be kind of patient. The aircraft has started and restarted a couple times. There has been some twitching with the gimbal. There is a battery update that was going on because these batteries were flashing, so you'll have to go through and do all of your batteries one at a time to update everything. So when it failed the first time, I'd followed the instructions. I'd powered everything off and restarted it again, and it came up to a different update screen, and that failed. It got stuck at 20% for about 15 minutes and nothing was happening. So I powered off the craft again in the controller and started it up, and this time it came up with a message on the Go4 app that said update fail, send report to DJI. So then I tried to send the report to DJI, and it would get to about 99%, and then it would say fail. So I've repowered everything on and off and on again, and started the update again, and I'm at 48%, 51% now. So I'll get back to you here in a minute and let you know exactly what is going on. Time 97. I just hate it when things like this don't go right, because you just don't know what you're in for. Rapid green flashing here when we hit 98%. Update complete. Okay, and we're getting the green bar that says update complete. So gonna power everything up and down again and see what's going on. Should get a message about inconsistent firmware, so my assumption is correct. There is a battery update, which that 20% right there was the same error that I was getting after the second time I powered it off. So you can see the battery flashing and updating. So it could have got hung up updating the battery. Not sure. 31%. So we'll let this second battery update here, and then I'm going to fire up the Go app and see if there's any changes, because I have a suspicion that some things have been changed, and I just want to verify that before I take it outside for a test flight. So just as I had figured, all of the settings were reset. I needed to set my enable multiple flight modes, my return to home altitude, my max distance, my max altitude, I needed to adjust my gains again. They were reset. I did a remote control calibration again. They removed the ability, they limited some of the functions here on your C1 and C2 buttons. Not sure if I like that. They changed battery percentage. I had to move that to the appropriate amount, and they changed my, let's see, I don't know what else. I've been through everything. Oh yeah, I had to change my camera settings again, so reset those. So everything's pretty much done now. I'm gonna go take it for a test flight and see what changes they made to cinematic mode, and see how this thing flies. So sun's down, don't really need to do the ND filter test today now, so we'll get back to you and let you know how this goes. So I guess when they say the proof is in the pudding, that's pretty much the way it goes here. Everything flew great, and the video and everything looks really good. It's about 35 degrees today, so really didn't get an opportunity to see if there was any changes to the gimbal, as they say, as far as the update went. But you always get nervous whenever something like that happens, because you're only one bad stroke of luck away from breaking your Mavic or your DJI drone or something and having to send it off and deal with customer service. So the video here is Cinelike, no style. I think I had it in auto mode. So you're looking at auto exposure and everything. Gimbal tracking looked pretty good as far as adjusting for horizon. It was kind of windy, got a couple wind warnings. And I did go out here and test out the cinematic mode and sport. So nothing really new about cinematic mode that I can tell. These are just the default settings. You can see when I let off the stick that it will basically just continue to drift. You can dial in that velocity and dial in the cinematic mode gain. Little jerky on the gimbal there. I've seen that flying into the wind here. So that's kind of the same. Not a really whole lot of stuff has been changed as far as that goes. And then once I turn the corner here, you'll be looking at the sports mode, which performs just fine. Itself was a little bit jerky too, but I think it was about 40 miles an hour I was going. And that's about it. So you guys got any questions, let me know. Like, subscribe. Talk to you later.